Here's a really cool new feature with Microsoft PowerToys that comes in handy when you're building e-learning courses or need to manage files. So it's called the New Plus. What you need to do is install Microsoft PowerToys and then just come in here and enable it. And then what you'll need to do is create a folder, and we'll actually build something so you can see why it's valuable. You create a folder and you can manage that from here. And then what you would do is inside your, like in my case, I have template folders. Inside of this, you can create a folder. So I have just a generic folder here. And inside there's even a storyline file and all these things. So this is my generic folder structure. Every project I build, every project I want my team building, we want to manage the projects the same way and have the same folder structure. So everybody knows where everything's at. So this is already in that temp folders. And so I've got this enable new plus, right? So watch this. So I'm on my desktop, meet with a client. I'm creating safety 101 training. I right click, I use the new plus, add course folder, add that safety 101, hit enter, open up the folder. Inside the folder, there's everything to get started. There's even a storyline file. Let's go ahead and build something from scratch so you can really see where this is valuable. So I'm going to come back to that temp folder. So the first thing you want to do when you download the Microsoft PowerToys is make sure you enable New Plus. And then here you can assign your folder wherever you want it to be. I just have it on my desktop for this demo. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go inside this temp folder. So I've got this here. So here's my temp folders. And let's go ahead and create a folder that might be typical of what you do in an e-learning course. So I'm going to create a new folder. And this will be storyline master folder, right? So, or project folder. Yeah, we'll call it storyline project folder. I'm not a fast typer. Folder, all right. And then inside that, we'll create some of these folders. So one of the things very common, I'm building courses, I need to have the fonts. So I'm going to create a new folder. Fonts, I'm working in Articulate. We have some fonts that we use. So I'm going to open up the fonts folder, and I have this font that we use, and I have this font. So now every project's going to have that font available to me. I know I use company logos, so I'll just go logos, right? And these could be any type of branded assets. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to insert some imagery from Articulate. And so we've got some logos in here that I can use. And these are the approved things that I can use. Now I want a storyline file. Now, since this storyline is going to be my main production folder, I like to do underscore and then storyline. And that allows me to see that up on top, right? So then all the other stuff's underneath it, so I always know where the file's at. So I'm going to go in storyline. I have a, excuse me, I have a generic storyline course. I'm just going to move that in here. I have some production notes too that are in there, so I want that together. Let's see here, what are some other ones? I can create a multimedia folder, but I don't want to have to click into a bunch of folders. So I'll do for multimedia underscore video. And then if I had some branded videos or things I have to use, I can do that. Do another one, underscore audio. And then we'll do another one, and underscore images. So you get the idea. You can do whatever you want to. In here, if you have customer meeting notes, customer meeting, right? And then you could preload it with some documents. You might have worksheets. Maybe that's something you have too. So worksheets, all of the production worksheets that you have. I like to have an archive. So as I'm done with things, or if I don't need a folder, I can just move it in there. Now, if you don't want the archive listed under the A's, one of the things I do is I'll put a Z just so it's on the bottom. So I do Z underscore, just so the archive ends up on the bottom. And then it's like putting it to sleep, right? I guess I can do 3 Z's. And then I always have like a temp folder, so you can do like a temp delete folder. And that's just one you can work from. And again, you can manage these and the title them however you want to. And then you can load these folders up. Like you saw, I loaded some storyline files and the notes. I loaded up some logos. So these are inside that temp folder, the templates folder. So now let's do this. I'm going to shut this down. have a meeting with my client, Acme. They need to make magnets, so we're going to do magnet training. So I'm going to right click, New Plus. Now you can see I've got a few folders to choose from. I've got the Storyline Project folder. We'll say Acme Magnets. I don't know, magnets, dynamite, whatever they make. And now when I click inside there, I've got the fonts already set. So if I'm working in an organization where we always have to have the fonts, then certain font pairs, if there's color schemes, whatever it is, I can put everything in the folder. So it's all preset, ready to go. All my logos, everything's in there. So really cool tool. Again, just coming back, it's Microsoft PowerToys. It's a free product. And then you just need to enable the new plus, and then you're ready to go.